So yes, London, I am streaming now. I posted the alert, or whatever, a few seconds before. Oh, and our nice main menu is gone, because... Whatever. No. You were right. It was a black screen at the time that you sent those messages. I hadn't actually started the stream at that point. I posted the message to Discord, started the game up, then started the stream. So, took a few seconds. Welcome to stream tonight, London. Welcome. You are doing well. I'm gonna load the game right up. Considering that our nice main menu was gone because I alt-tabbed. Yeah, it's good to be back after taking, like, a week off because, well, my computer hard drive almost died, so I had to replace it, and then, took about a week in my free time to get all the mods installed again. And I installed them in the right order this time. Yeah. But I got a new hard drive, it's all good now. Computer's doing great. But yeah, last time I installed Morrowind Rebirth on top of everything else and actually overrode everything. So a lot of the nice texture replacers and stuff didn't actually get used. Then I did it first this time, so now I get them. So, looks a little bit different. Let's get our actual gear. Like, we're back to using Prisamir. Don't need to have that shield equipped. And I just realized how much stuff we're carrying. Yeah, I don't remember exactly all of the names of all the mods I use, but yes, this is great work. It would look better if it wasn't raining, but it is pretty great. First thing we're actually gonna do, so my goal for today is there's something we have to do out in the... Oh, that's obnoxious. So, in reinstalling all my mods, I lost all the progress on my world map up there. But not all of it. Because if I hover, it still has the names of places. It's just that the graphics for all of it is gone. So we need to go up to Telfir. Cool. Awesome. Keep up the good work, London. Do amazing stuff. Yeah, we need to go to Telfir. And then I also need to go to Sheograd. And also the Molegamer wastes here a bit. And Slime Boy! Welcome to chat. Welcome to the stream tonight. I was originally just going to start from Vivec here, and we're going to trek all the way up. Kind of do sort of a crescent like that. But before I start the journey, I do need to stop back at my house and drop off a whole bunch of stuff I don't need to be carrying. So, before we start our journey, let's go home. Here, Revere. Actually, I have some stuff I'm going to sell you. You have 27 gold. Never mind. I did check out the sound mod. I streamed with it a few times. I haven't actually reinstalled it. I forgot about that. I liked a lot of the sounds. Some of them, I think the audio balancing was a little bit off. Some seemed a little loud. But I did like a lot of it. Though I did miss some of the old Morrowind sounds. So I might, if I reinstall it, I might pick and choose some stuff. Just looks so nice out. Nice sunny day. It was all rainy and nasty down in Vivec. I know. You can do what you want. Like the coin sound. It's just part of Morrowind Rebirth. So it's really nice. It adds a little bit more houses up on top of the hill there, but not too much more. It changes the north side of town where the river comes through. I don't like that as much. I liked having the clean canal for the river. But overall, it's not bad. Alright, don't mind the bodies. That was, not my fault. And Pauldron? Oh, my feet. Where'd the Pauldron go? Oh. It went into the candle. Come here. Nope, it's stuck in there. I mean, we're level 23. So we're decently far. I'm trying to trying to get enough Daedric arrows where it's actually like feasible to use them. Need a better house with more containers and or shelf space. And I know there's a house in town that would be perfect and absolutely wonderful to have it, but unfortunately, I have yet to have reason to go there. Right, repaired all our stuff. And, oh, that book. We were going to put that book down. Carrying that around. And, no, we're good on our wait for everything else. All right. So we are actually going to head back out of town. We're going to head back down to Vivec. And we'll start our trek. Basically, from south to north. Hello, hello, Traven. Hope you are doing well today. We're going to do a lot of walking today. Hopefully a good amount of fighting. And a bit of questing as well. And if my plan goes correct, we shall end the day with a new sword. I don't know if it will become our standard sword, because, well, Chrysamere is awesome. But, knows. Yes, sir, please, could you take us down to Beck, please? I know my shirt is keying out. I know, I'm being awfully transparent. Har, 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 har. I realized that as soon as I started OBS up. I'm like, oh wait, I'm wearing a bright green shirt. That's not gonna work. If I'm a floating head, I'm a floating head. There's worse things in life. Alright, so if we're gonna start here, I just put an image of a suit of armor, like, have an overlay. So I'm literally just a floating head with a... I would want to either find a really good piece of art or commission something. I kind of... I haven't been keeping my eye out lately, but probably sometime this spring I do want to, like, find someone who's good at art and commission like a set of stuff for like the banners and the logo, and so it's better than my art, which my art was basically, oh hey look, here's a website that I can grab topographical maps. I like topographical maps. Oh hey, I'm gonna go to look at a place that I know of in the real world. Oh look, it looks nice. Grab a screenshot of that and then use it for everything. Put some black font over it. Now, if I could, like, actually, like, commission, like I said, artwork for the channel, I think that'd be awesome. Now that I have a job and I can actually... It does give me what I need. I'm not saying it's bad. I've seen much worse on channels, and it's better than no art at all. I'm proud of what I accomplished. But now that I have a job and I have income, I think it'd be cool to have, like, actually commission someone to make some cool stuff. Gerb. Yeah, indeed. The Skating Isles would look so much nicer if it wasn't raining. And we're about to cross over into Molag Amur. Only so much we can do. Hope there's a bridge. Hello? Oh, no, I'm not doing that quest right now. I'm not escorting you anywhere. My journal has been updated. Indeed we did. Indeed we did. Are you just saying that I won that duel, or is this for something else that you're updating my journal for, game? They did that last night, or not last night, Tuesday night. I dueled the knight, well, the former knight of the Imperial Dragon, and became the knight of the Imperial Dragon. Now we got our boots all wet and everything. I mean, it was raining already, so... not like that much of a difference. Oh, that's right, I was gonna check out that Daedric Ruin. I mean, I'm here. Screw it, we're gonna go across. I have water walking amulets. We'll be fine. Amulet of water walking. Here we go. Let's go say hi to some Daedra. I mean, this is awfully close to the town of Saran, and don't want any of these things wandering into town and causing trouble. By trouble, I mean deaths. Come here. Where'd you go? Hiding right around the corner. Seriously, where'd that Clanfear go? Do I ever play D&D? I did a bunch this year. I haven't in a little while. Well, okay, I shouldn't say. The last D&D session was 2 weeks ago? But we finished our campaign, and I don't know when I'll be playing more D&D. I don't have the time right now to... I don't have time to invest time into D&D as much as I would like. And I don't want to play D&D if I'm not going to invest, in my opinion, the appropriate amount of time for me. Yeah, well, okay, so the campaign that we finished was... I shouldn't air quote. It was an actual campaign. It was one of the official ones. It was the Storm King's Thunder. So, no, we didn't all die. We did not all die. Yes, Traven, that's exactly how it is. It's New Journal Who Dis. It's probably just due to mods resetting things. Hello, Guar. Good. No, I thought you were friendly. Sorry. Who are you, milady? I don't know you. What do you want? What is your background? You're a witch hunter. Okay, so I guess you're here to clear out the Daedric Ruin? Though you weren't fighting the Daedra. Top 10 hit. Yeah, you could say that. No. You? I don't need none of your magic. And none of your, rock pounding. Alright, now the question becomes, where is the entrance? Things are always hard to find. The one thing with the Ayleid Ruins that was nice is, you always knew where the entrance was. Right in the middle. Usually. Okay, there's a few odd ones. Plays a little too safe. As in, it keeps too many of the tropes, is what you're saying? Oh, there it is. There's the entrance. I've played... how much did I play? Be with your love, Monster Hunter. Yep, it should only be, let's see, Monster Hunter, 2 hours? Yeah, I played a bit of Pillars of Eternity. I liked it. I mean, I played like 5-6 hours. And it really felt like a Baldur's Gate game, but I got distracted and ended up playing a different game. I think more, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. D&D-like games. So the closer it is to the actual, like, D&D experience, with, like, top-down and... Impressive, Traven. So the closer you are to a D&D in just dice roll-y experience, I find the more I have fun if I'm with friends. So that was with, like, Pillars of Eternity. I thought that would be really fun with actual friends to back me up. And same with when I played Divinity Original Sin. Yeah, you're summoning a bow or something. Yep. There we go. More Daedric arrows. I'll take it. I mean, they're good games, but they're games I think play better with friends. Co-op on an Elder Scrolls game, I think, could be really interesting. Just like they're trying to get a non-single player done right, I think is a tricky balance you'd have to strike. Oh, we got a big guy. Yeah, you like I was talking with over lunch with one of my coworkers about ESO and how it's there's enough of an MMO in there, and you have to shove in enough MMO things that it takes you out of it being any sort of Elder Scrolls sort of thing. Yeah, 2 or 3. You could do it with 2 or 3. You'd have to do things interestingly, because there's always the one hero in Elder Scrolls games. You're always the chosen one of some degree. And I don't know if you could do that.
Lost this round.
What are you... Are you in Dark Brotherhood gear?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I just looked at my health there. That was much lower than I wanted it to be. We're going to restore some health. For you, Ring of Sanguine Fluid Evasion. Oh, fortify unarmored. Sell for a good amount. Glove of Sanguine Swiftblade. Yeah, that's what I think the best way you could do it would be almost like fortify light armor. Oh, it's an amulet. I thought that was a Daedric helm. But no, it's an amulet. Okay. You have a Daedric Tanto. One way to do it, I don't know if this is the only way you could do it. Because I think you could do it with, instead of a main character, instead of having one chosen one, have a chosen item or chosen, like with Frodo and Sam. Frodo is not the chosen one. He just has the chosen item. Which, I think could work if you were doing multiple people. But you could also do it where there's one chosen one, and then the second person could just almost do drop in, drop out with the second player, and they just take over a companion. That would be one way to do it. So Power Rangers? Maybe. 50? Yeah, we'll open that. You don't necessarily need a chosen one. I'm just saying that that's kind of been an Elder Scrolls trope that they've, Exactly. I mean, they could earn something without being destined for it. Oh, great, we got two of them. But at the same time, I'm trying to think along the lines of what constitutes like a classic Elder Scrolls experience, and that there is a chosen one. But because it's so optional, I think you might be able to get away with not having one, maybe. But a fellowship, yeah, where it's not necessarily a dual ship or whatever. You have two people, where you have a group with a singular goal, but the goal doesn't necessarily need to be. The goal can be fulfilled by any one of the group. True. You weren't the chosen one, you were helping the chosen one. But I think you'd want to have more. You have to put in more cooperative stuff than just, oh hey, you're both in combat at the same time. Also, how you handled quests would need to be interesting. Because if you design the game too specifically to be like, oh, you're a fellowship, you're always going to be together, and therefore any quest one person gets, you both get, and you get the quest as a group, that might not work if one person decides to run off and go do something else. Because you gotta have to... Do you allow people to run off, or do you force people to stay together? And if we're doing Elder Scrolls where it's all about choice, I think you'd probably have to force people to stay, or allow for people to wander off. And if you wander off, and let's just say your friend, oh no, joins the Mages Guild. He's the mage. And so hold on.
Stupid!
Stop it, Golden Saint. Okay. I gotta actually stop talking and start thinking so I don't die. We'll get back to this conversation in a moment. Scroll of Vitality. Telfir Runt. Come here.
Ow!
Alright, there we go. Puzzles could be cool. It would be nice to see how combat would work. Like if you had an archer and a warrior. Wow. These guys had some really nice stuff on them. Let's just say I'm really glad that I went into this dungeon. But so yeah, if you do something where they can split apart. Exactly. Exactly that, London. Where you want to... Basically, I don't want a game where if someone... See, you don't want to force players to be like, oh, because you weren't playing, you weren't live, your friend logged in or whatever. Your friend logged in and, oh, he did the Mages Guild because he didn't have school the next day. Trapped. So while you stayed up all night, became the leader of the Mages Guild, but you were also playing a mage, and you also wanted to do that, it would kind of suck to be locked out of that. But at the same time, I think for me that is the most reasonable thing. But in that case, what you'd have to do is you'd have to have the world not be persistent. Basically, you'd have to have it so the only time that the world exists... Oh, that's a cool staff. Staff of the Forefathers. The only time the world exists is if you both are logged in and online in the world. Also, you may want to restructure the guilds, so instead of having a singular person at the top, maybe have a council at the top of the guild. So basically, ooh. Oh, that's nice stuff. Because I have a feeling we're gonna get into a fight. As soon as I pick up some of these items. Yeah, like if you had a council at the head of a guild or something, so that way you could both make it to the top. That would be better. Yep, one at a time. Huh. The Ogrim thing wasn't cursed, nor was the diamond. Ooh, okay, so we found an actual Daedric statue. Okay. Hello, Mehrunes Dagon. Oh. Does nothing when I hit E. Found a shrine to Mehrunes Dagon. Nothing happened, Traven. Nothing happened when I tried to talk with it. Do I have to leave an offering? The right offering, maybe? I don't know. I mean, my character is not one to make deals with the Rusted Dagger. Our character is not one to make deals with Daedra. Or at least not Mehrunes Dagon. We're kind of in the middle of a deal with the Zura, being the whole Nerevarine thing. But he is kind of a dick. But I think other really interesting co-op stuff would be, yeah, puzzles would be interesting. Combat would be interesting, especially if you had different classes. You can see how that combination could work together. Another thing, if you did stuff like with Hearthfire and or like settlement building something like that together could be interesting, especially if you had like one person that was specializing in smithing and doing a lot of the prep work for missions. If you wanted to play separate and you had like a home base and you had one person that basically did a lot of like the smithing and armory stuff and maybe did alchemy to brew potions for the other person, that could be interesting to see how those type of skills could complement each other. The non-combat stuff. It'd be interesting to see how like conversations. I know, poor Dagon. Conversations I think could be interesting if you made them dynamic, kind of like Fallout 4 has, where if you have a companion with you, sometimes they'll insert a line into the conversation. Where like if your person you're playing with was close enough nearby during the conversation, they could also give input at certain times. You could have primary and secondary people in the conversations. Would be, I think, one way to do it. Or you could do like what Divinity Original Sin does, where you both almost like vote on yeah, kind of like Divinity. You have to solve disputes and how you're gonna. And then the other way to do it, yeah, I think would just be the control your NPC companions, where it's, oh hey, I am the hero of the story, I'm player 1, and we're going through. Like, let's say you're playing Skyrim, and then your friend wants to come in, and you want to do some adventure together. Basically, they do control Lydia for however long that they're here, and they can play for like a few hours, and then they have to go home, but you still want to play. You can continue playing, AI takes over the companion again, and you keep all the stuff because your companion, you have access to their inventory. No one would want to be Lydia. I never understood all the hate that Lydia got. Like, I wasn't on the internet much when Skyrim first came out. I just kind of, I played it offline. Well, not even played it online, but I was not like looking across the internet to see what people were saying about Skyrim when it first came out. I was playing it. And so when I had Lydia as a companion, I thought she was a great companion. I had her for a long time. And I still remember how she died. The very first, like, the first time she died. When I was playing. There's someone yelling. But, so we were crossing from, we're doing the southern route around, Road of the World. And we were across the river from where the troll was. And, then the Wisp Mother spawned there, because we were high enough level. And she died in the fight with the Wisp Mother. I remember I dragged Lydia's corpse over to the river, and then let her float downstream towards Sovngarde. And I took my hat off, and I watched for like the next 4 minutes, watching the body go over the waterfall. It was basically like Boromir's funeral over the falls. And then I found out about 5-6 months later that the internet hated her. I'm like, why? Lydia was great. I mean, sir, she was kind of crabby a little bit, but she was great. And in that moment, like, has stuck with me for how many years now? That probably happened in early 2012. But that's 5 years now. I still remember that one moment in gaming when Lydia died. Oh, disease mud crab. Don't need them spreading disease. 11, 11, 11. It'll be interesting to see what Bethesda does for E3 this year. As of right now, there's a big gap and a lot of stuff that they haven't talked about. We know they're working on stuff, and the other studios are probably still working on stuff. Like, what's Arcane doing right now? I mean, okay, they did just release Death of the Outsider for Dishonored 2. I know. I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be Elder Scrolls. Actually, I don't even know if they'll have an E3 press conference this year. They haven't said that they're doing it yet. Oh, there's Mount Cand. Want to go over Mount Cand? No, we're gonna go around. Yeah, the only things that are coming out that we know are still coming out from Bethesda, even publishing, is there's some DLC that's coming out that's already been announced. There's a few more pieces of DLC for the Wolfenstein 2, but it's Skyrim from iPhone X. Okay, if they pulled that off, that'd actually be kind of awesome. But, yeah, like, all the VR stuff is out. There's nothing out from Arcane, and the only thing that's like ongoing is Elder Scrolls Legends and ESO are kind of ongoing things. But no. Daggerfall. I know, you could port Morrowind. You could port Oblivion with vanilla graphics to a phone. But remember, you know how like Daggerfall and Arena have when you right click to swing your sword, that's just touch controls. That maps perfectly to touch controls when you slash on the screen. Also, I have no idea what this is. I think it's some sort of shrine for the temple, but I don't recognize it. I have no idea. Shrine to Saint Felms. Nice axe. We are gonna we're gonna rest here for the night. It's 3 a.m. No, it's actually later than I thought. It's 5 hours. Really? Yeah, I have no idea if the controls work in Open Morrowind. I mean, swinging that giant axe around, of course. Is basically that axe. I'm not gonna steal from the shrine. But we need to basically head towards Telfir. And there's an Ashlander camp right there. Okay. So basically between here and there. If we keep heading in the right direction, we'll come across it. Unless we miss it in the fog. I mean, just because I don't... I wouldn't say respect the validity of the temple, but I mean, like, we are an imperial of the imperial faith. We are a champion of the Nine, and I understand that Vivec and Amalexia and stuff are real. I know. I want someone to just an indie studio that doesn't do a lot of graphic stuff. Just make a game with okay, slightly better than Morrowind graphics, but just make Morrowind. But I mean, more content, different place. Oh, our Longblade hit 100. Nice. Actually, if we're out in the wilderness here, let's stop using our Longblade and... Where's our bow? Where's our bow? We have a bow. Morrowind, exactly. I want Morrowind. We had the bow that we got from the Ashlanders. No idea where that went. Great. Yeah, like I was saying, we're a paladin for the Nine Divines. And so while we don't like agree with the whole temple worship, we do acknowledge that Vivec and Amalexia and Silthasil are indeed strong, unifying entities within Morrowind, and however much the Empire is gaining influence, we're not one to, or at least our character is not one to wholly dismiss their culture, and actually kind of likes some of the aspects of honor among their culture they have. But we do kind of wish that some of the Ashlanders would stop attacking us on sight. I don't want to kill you. Horribly underarmed, but nothing I can do. They want to use reason. I mean, we certainly would be deemed a heretic, considering that we don't consider the tribunal to be gods. But at the same time, we're not going to be a dick about it. Well, we might be a dick to the tribunal themselves. Come here. At least if they're a dick to us. And most ordinators are dicks, but that's just ordinators. What do you expect? Pleasant company. So we're close to the camp. Okay, the camp's right around there, so it's probably like over that ridge. But on our way there, may as well check out a Daedric Ruin. Come here. No, stop with the magic, you. Both of you. I don't need the magic. I mean, half of his face. No, you're a magic-y one, aren't you? No, stop it. Stop it with your spells. Don't need any of that. Well, we're here. We're gonna check it out. Let's see. Let's heal a little bit. I literally get 3 of these spells. Yeah, but it healed a decent amount of health.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Should I have? I mean, you're not that hard.
You're beaten.
Really? More guilt than... Okay, Amalexi doesn't feel that much remorse. And Sothis Sil is... Spoilers. he's dead. But, I guess you could say Vivek has the most guilt.
You will die here.
Mainly because he possibly has the bigger conscience. It's not that he's done more or less than the others, it's just that he can see his faults more than the others. Scrolls. She lives in a fancy house. There is that, yes. We shall make our way and visit there at some point. Let's remove the traps from these. Seriously. The Grandmaster probe I have got used up. I mean, worst comes to worst, we trigger the trap and we take the damage. Yep, screw it. We're gonna take damage on that one. Books, books, port for health. Oh, it was a paralyzation trap. That doesn't do much. I mean, after combat's over, it's not that big a deal. Oh, already over. Let's see here. This is actually probably the most well set up and established I've seen Daedra Worshippers in the game. Like, they actually have, like, a camp down here and a fire going, and it's not just them standing around in a barren room. Okay, this we're not wasting a spell on. Alright, just in case there's some more tricks up their sleeves. So we only want 2 of these items. Oh, hey, it's an Ogrim. Ogrim Titan. Big fella. And that's just a random Daedra statue, no actual Daedra associated with it. Or no Daedra prince associated with it. Okay, our health is low. Let's fix that so we're not dying. Or I guess we're dying. That was stupid and I ran outside with low health. Scroll of... Restoration? We'll do scroll restoration. Hey, Golden Saint. Oh, no, not with the bow. Don't need any of that business. Stop with the zapping. Right, you got no loot. Saint, yeah, just a silver claymore. Dispose of you. I'm still kind of sad that my bow has disappeared. Considering that we now have 60 Daedric arrows. That's actually enough to start using them. Well, okay, maybe I'll train with the bow a bit more. Before I do that, train my marksman. I don't want to be, like, wasting those arrows. Ah, there's the Ashlander camp. Alright, then. So there's an Imperial here that's possibly being held against his will. Quests. Imperial Legion rescue Jasian and Chorus, who is trying to teach the Ashlanders of Imperial culture and virtue. He was taken from Urban Ashram camp by outcast Ashram. So I need to basically talk to these guys and be like, alright, where'd they take the Imperial? So let's go, where is the wise woman? Because they seem to have a bit more leniency? Or I should say wisdom. Alright, well at least you like me. Do I seek your counsel? No, I don't see your counsel right now. I'm looking for him. He's like the Nyx hound chasing a bone. We told him, the Marbigash wanted to hear him speak books. He went to them, never returned. Who are they? The wise woman who left us and our rules. She steals a man's vital essence to make herself a powerful sorcerer. Camp is to the west, along the lava. She has others with her, and I would stay away. It'd be hard to find a camp in this landscape anyway. No, I think we'll find the west, right? And west along the lava. We'll head west out of camp. And we'll see if we can find these outcasts who steal a man's essence. Whatever that may mean in this context. There you are. Let's see here. No, they're not in the ancestral tomb. That would be too easy. That is west. South here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff down here that wants to kill us. That you? That is you. Beetle. So, local map. You said west. This is curving towards west-ish. We shall see. They said along the lava, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, we actually came from there. So we'll head this way, which is west. Oh, I see you. Most of the creatures are just kind of a nuisance at this point. Not really something to be taken seriously. It is so dang foggy out. No, this isn't their camp. This is just another ancestral tomb. She said west, and I get it that I'm southwest, so let's head north over the hill and I guess see what we can see. Back on track and see what actually to the west. Gotta go a bit further north. I bet it's on the northern side of this mountain. Or hill. You're diseased. Can't see a thing. It's like I'm playing vanilla. Oh, I think this might be the place. I'm going to do real quick. Refresh the Twitch page there real quick. Sometimes that helps with well, sometimes chat gets stuck and then other times it doesn't update like current viewers and stuff. You have to rebuild the page to see it. See, there's the lava. You said west along the lava, and you found the lava to the west. What is coming after us? Hello, Oregonian. I bet it's you. Come here. Get down out of that tree. Yeah, if we would have gone this way? I'm trying to think of how this connected back to where the Ashlander camp was. An unreadable page from a brief history of the Empire. The volume is unknown. And they did say, okay, so they did say the guy was, I wouldn't say a historian, but he was talking about Imperial culture. So maybe I saw the pages right there. Go quick. That's, okay, that's the turn I missed. So the camp is there. I went to southern turn. I should have gone the northern turn. Northern way out of camp. Yeah, I went that way. So. Seriously? It's every 2 seconds. Then again, this is the heart of the Ashlands, so I don't know what else I should expect. Alright. So we got 3 pages here from Brief History of the Empire. Oh! Oh, you wanted to come and play, Aelid? Come here. Come here. Come here. Bring it. Bring it. So 3 pages there. Another page there. Page there. Now the question is, do they go north or south of the lava here? Do I see any pages here? Yep, I do. They went south of the lava field. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to accept this quest right now, so we're gonna save. What do you mean by must get home? No, not home. To the Argonian mission in Emenhart before they find me. That's where I must go. The Telerunes hunters are looking for me, no doubt. No doubt about it. If they find Regia, that's it for me. It's okay. Can't say goodbye. So, like I said, I don't want to accept this mission yet. It's a mission that I probably want to do. I want to help the Argonian, but it's the raw. I'm not going down to Ebonheart from here. Not right now. I'm trying to get up to Telfir and Sheograd. There's another note. I'm not going to turn in the escaped slave. I mean, it's not like I don't necessarily agree with slavery, but at the same time, it is technically legal. Will help the ones that I can, but that's an interesting bridge. A cool bridge. And it looks like the pages. This is a ricketier bridge than I thought it was. You're not coming to fight me, are you? Oh, you are! I'm sorry, Scrib. Oh, it was a blighted Scrib. Don't see any pages here. Side. It's just a neck sound. If that page was actually indicated to come over the bridge, which I don't know if it was or not. Could have just been by the bridge there, because that bridge is definitely not vanilla. I'm not seeing any more of those pages ripped out of the book. So yeah, I don't think it's this far north. Let's go back across the bridge. You didn't see any pages on this side of the bridge. It was just one that almost looked like it was leading across, but it possibly wasn't. It's actually some more. Fortunately, our sword does take quite a bit of damage. There's more pages. Looks like a camp. Alright. I think we found it. We're gonna walk slowly over there to restore our fatigue. Make sure our fatigue is restored by the time we get. Okay, it'll be... Fatigue is a little ways to go. Let's just kind of stand here ominously in the fog. Stare them down. Give them ample warning that we are coming. We won't take no for an answer. We will have the Imperial back. And he is coming with us. I just realized I may have to escort him all the way back. Or... Right. The sun is setting. And I really like to judge the time of day with this fog. Hello? Yes, I'm here for him. Talk to her in the yurt. Okay. Yes? Before we get into this, could I just say that dress looks nice on you? I'm here to talk to him. You want to take him from us? But how can we work our magic without a man? I will let him go if he can bring us a better man. A brave hunter. Saba Bentis of the Urbanasum. He's young, strong, and handsome. Bring him here, we'll let him go. He's out hunting. Unless he's out hunting, he's in the camp. Whereas, what do you have to say? I dare not leave these... Oh, until they've been dealt with. Alright, so... Basically, we need to backtrack to the camp. And convince this other guy to go... hang out with the other outcast ladies. Hello, Netch. You are a wild ash, Betty. I like Netches. Cool. That always made me sad when Oblivion's creatures were all just so generic fantasy. Like minotaurs and imps and zombies. It just wasn't as cool. Like, why have a zombie when you can have a bone walker? Bone walkers are just so much cooler. Purely for the fact that they're not a generic zombie. Overlord Nader, welcome to chat. Welcome to the stream tonight. Yes, someone did leave the fog machine on. I believe it was the Ashlanders out here. Or maybe Dagother himself left the fog machine on. Foggy all day. Get away from it. What's the dude's name? Asaba Bentis. Alright. Need to convince him to go hang out with these outcast ladies who probably want to use him for his body. How am I doing? I'm doing well. It was a long day at work, but come home, get to play some Morrowind. And it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. So, gotta keep things in perspective. It wasn't a hard day at work, it just went on forever. Where is this guy I need to talk to? Go talk to the wise woman. She might know where he is. You don't know where he is. Great. Great. Oh. I'm just gonna have to go to all these yurts, aren't I?
Where is that slave?
Oh, it's the ash cans. Alright, so that was all those yurts. They did mention the fact that he could be out hunting.
What was that?
Seriously, where is this guy? Is he like outside of camp hiding somewhere behind a wall? Is he just obnoxious? No, he's doing exactly that, hiding at the entrance where I walked into camp. No, I'm just being stupid. Yes. What? You want me to go live with the witch women? Think I'm a fool like him? Think I'd fall for their charms? Are you afraid of a few women? I am a hunter of the Urban Ashram. I have proven my bravery many times against the war-loving Urban Ashram who think all peace lovers are cowards. So you are afraid of women. I will show you that I'm not afraid of any witch woman. I will follow you to their camp. So easy to manipulate. The chest-pounding bravado. You just can't let it go. He can't be seen as being afraid. Or still coming? It is getting dark though. The fog seems to be clearing a little bit. The onset of night, but okay, what do we got? Cliff Racer. Oh, it's that one that's stuck in the tree still. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Stupid Cliff Racer. Come on. Just ignore the big bug. Alright, so we give him to the witch women. Or we lead him to the witch women, and he's like, fine. I can resist their charms. I'm not afraid. And then we tell the Imperial guy, yeah, go back home. It is quiet in here. That's fine. We were having quite an active... Where am I going? I'm going down here. You're having trouble pathing to me, aren't you? Okay, there you go. We were having a lively conversation earlier, but things go up, die down, and... fine. You'll bother me. That's fine. It's all part of the plan. Come here. Dude. 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 Stop. Fazine. Travel together. Wait here for a moment. Travel together. Yes, follow me. I'm so happy that that resets their pathfinding. I know, it's like he was gonna give up and... Oh, they're over. They're down there. Like he was gonna chicken out on us.
Where are you going?
Down. Oh, great. Oh, great. Now we went down a steep cliff and...
Thank you.
Journal has been updated. You arrived at their camp. I really hope I don't escort him. Yes. Is indeed a better man. Thank you for bringing him here. Let him go? You have brought us a better man. We will let him go. You have dealt with my captors. I will find my own way back to the camp and continue to teach them the Empire and its ways. Well, good luck with that. Find a place to rest for the night. Don't want to be out in the open. I don't like the whole steam vent thing there for... I want to be next to that the whole night. This little nook here seems quite fine. It's 10. You'll rest 9 hours. Oh, great, the fog machine's still on. So, next step on our journey up the eastern coast of Ardenfell is we need to go to Tel Fyr and do what the title of the stream says and have a chat with the lord of that tower. He's, well, he has someone that's important. Well, he has the daughter of someone from House Redoran there. I don't know, I'm trying to remember if she's held against her will, or he has her captured, or maybe... or just maybe... there's a lover's tryst. You? Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. Die of old age. Voss and Telvoss. No, we're not going to Voss or Telvoss. Hopefully when we get out to the coast, the fog will dissipate somewhat. And it'll stop looking like vanilla Morrowind. And we're almost there. So I really want to know what happened with my bow. It just disappeared out of my inventory. I mean, time here, like, my time? I mean, in-game it's 7 AM, but for me, it's currently roughly 8 o'clock, 8 PM. And I normally start these streams around 6:30, 7 o'clock my time. So, we are currently actually an hour and 18 minutes into this stream. Start a little closer to 6:30 tonight. Hold on one second. So 13-hour difference. If it's 7:57 a.m. there. No, that's 12 hours difference because it's 7:58 p.m. Okay. So it's only 12 hours difference, not 13. Which means I'm guessing you're in Australia? That'd just be my guess, is Australia. Maybe New Zealand. Man, I don't know what the time zones are like in that area of the world. We need water walking? Oh, Middle Eastern. Okay, even further. I suppose, yeah, it would be more that far, yeah. If you're on the eastern side of the United States, the opposite side of the United States that I'm on, then, yeah, then it's more probably closer towards Australia and stuff. The 12-hour mark. Alright. We are here for the quest of House Veteran Delana Bandas. I know. I realized as soon as I started the stream tonight that I was wearing a bright green shirt, which completely matches the green screen behind me. But, oh well, if I'm a floating head, I'm a floating head. She's being held captive. Oh, it's his granddaughter. But that is Delna Mendes. Alright. Out of curiosity. I persuade you to like me a bit better. 91 seems good. Tell me where she is. You need to speak with Deviath Fear about her. Above in the study. Yeah, of course he is. Ah, great. I gotta talk with her father. He's weird. Lord Fear is weird. He's old. He's... I don't remember, but he's like 4,000 years old. Magically fall asleep. I mean...
What is this regarding, Citadel?
You falling asleep at 8 a.m.? I mean, were you up all night, or are you just, like, still waking up? Oh, you only slept for a few hours. Yep, that would probably do it. Seriously, I forget. Okay, where's the gateway up? Stairs. Went the wrong way. Okay, so it was right in the route I took. It was right up there the whole time.
What is this regarding, Citadel?
What is this regarding? You're in my way. Come on. Need my pants of levitation. Where's the study? The study's over this way. Ah, there you are. Deviath Fear. One of the oldest sorcerers in all of Tamriel. If not the old. Okay, he's almost as old as the Tribunal. And kind of close ish to their power. I mean, he's not quite as powerful, but he's pretty close. Well, hello, Safia. How are you doing? A bit of bad news, I'm afraid. The potion doesn't seem to work on the others. Tried it on 2 hopeless cases. Killed them outright. Deader than a garlic snail. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know. He has some nice armor. Yes. I wish to talk to you about, do not recall her name. Many people try to steal my tower and spy on me. Or into the Corpsarium. I cannot be expected to keep track of them all. If you want to look for her, go right ahead. Oh, great. She's down to the Corpsarium. Great, great, great. You have a lot of chests that I still haven't opened yet. While I'm down in the Corpsarium, I may as well unlock the rest of the chests that are down there. Oh. Oh. You're literally in here. That was easy. Who are you? Did my father send you? Should we travel together and get out of this place? Before we do that, and I potentially have to murder people, let's save. Yes, follow me. Don't do anything.
Hey, wait for me.
I'm waiting. You were just slow. Also, I don't want to know what the nav mesh looks like for that place.
Thank you.
Please take my locket to my father. I am safe, but I have duties that cannot be ignored. I will go visit my father when I can. In the meantime, please take this locket to my father. I do not know where he is now, but perhaps his old friend, his old friend, Athen Satheri in Aldrun can tell you. Well, I'm glad I helped her out. And now, our next quest is we're going... to find the Ice Blade of the Monarch. The Oracle has asked me to rescue... Abanasum... The words that they use for names in Morrowind are really, really freaking hard to pronounce. And I'm kind of interested to see how Skywind is going to do with the voice acting. Dunmer Stronghold of Rothrin. She went there to recover the Ice Blade of the Monarch. If possible, I am to recover the Ice Blade of the Monarch and bring it back to the Oracle. Rothrin. Ancient Dunmer Stronghold is located on the southern coast of Sheograd. It is a place of evil reputation, remote and seldom visited. So if it is on the southern coast of Sheograd, that means it's roughly here. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Turns out I already discovered it, and then my map got reset. So, yeah, we have a long ways to go. We're gonna run all the way there with the time we have left in the stream, and we shall recover the Ice Blade of the Monarch. I mean, I definitely like Morrowind's naming for the fact that it feels very much, I wouldn't say alien, but foreign. Very much how most of Morrowind feels. Is it's not a fantasy world that you see often. It is not a normal fantasy, which is what Oblivion. It's very generic fantasy for a lot of it. And they still have stuff like, they still have Daedra, still have Dremora, you still have some stuff like that. Well, you got like imps and minotaurs and not just wolves, bears, skeletons, goblins, zombies. Whereas like Morrowind, you got at least Daedra, but you also have like Nyxhounds, Aelits, Kagudi, War. Cool stuff like that. Scribs, Quama. Sure, in the DLC you do run into goblins. And there are some skeletons, but they're not like the main enemies that you fight. And skeletons are also accompanied not by zombies, but bone walkers. Which are like a such more interesting variety of a zombie. I mean, they're basically zombies. But they're much more interesting visually than just a generic rotting corpse. Like, they look more purposeful? Silent fantasy? I'm assuming you mean like Silent Hill. Silent fantasy. Maybe. It's definitely has a bit more Lovecraftian influence a bit with some of the enemies. But it's not generic fantasy. And Skyrim got back to that a little bit too. Skyrim is not generic fantasy. It's a bit more Nordic fantasy. Like these things. Alien. Ah. Wow, silent. Yes. Alien fantasy. Like, this is not a normal fantasy creature. This is 100% like original design for the game. Rather than, oh, let's take some like Greek mythology, mix it into some other stuff, and see what we get. Like, these things are weird. In Skyrim's a bit better. You have cool stuff, like you have Spriggans. Oh, Oblivion Spriggans, too. Maybe this game has Spriggans as well. But stuff like when you get zombies, you have Draugr, which are at least a more interesting thing than just a zombie. I'm totally blanking on like the enemies, the fantastical enemies of Skyrim, but I mean Dwemer constructs are cool. You get the Falmer, which are interesting. They're basically goblins, but they're more interesting than just regular goblins. There's more of a story to them, I guess. That's one way to put it. But Skyrim still kind of has the generic fantasy sort of thing, where it's like, oh, you have your bears and your wolves, alongside your fantastical creatures like trolls and stuff. Whereas Morrowind doesn't have any, like, the only, like, real-life creature that Morrowind has are rats. I think. I can't think of anything else on top of my head. There's no, like, wolves, there's no bears, it's not, no other predators, just kind of rats. At least nothing that's normal. And then you got, like, Nixhounds. Which, I mean, Nixhounds basically fill the role of wolves. But they're more visually interesting. Come here. And I think if, depending on where they would set the next Elder Scrolls game, which, no idea when it's coming out or what it could possibly be. But if they set it in Hammerfell or High Rock, if they set it in High Rock, they'll probably be, okay, I give you that. I'm talking Vardenfell, the island. Technically, Solstheim was technically part of Skyrim province in this game. It wasn't gifted to the province of Morrowind until sometime in the 4th era. But if they do Elder Scrolls in Black Marsh, then Black Marsh would be really cool. You'd have a lot of unique, probably, creatures in the swamps there. If you did it elsewhere, it'd be really interesting to see what they do with the Khajiit and the other animals of the deserts and jungles there. They'd probably have some cool animals in the jungles of Valenwood. They went there. Some different stuff. Probably some cool stuff with the trees. Somerset Isles, where all the High Elves are from, there's probably some really cool magical stuff there. But then you get over to like High Rock with the Bretons. There's probably not that much interesting stuff in High Rock with the Bretons. It'd probably be too similar to like Oblivion. Kind of generic fantasy. And then if they went to Hammerfell with the Red Guards, I think there could be some interesting stuff in the desert there. But I don't know. So I think the next Elder Scrolls game, wherever it is set, will probably not be as generic fantasy. And I think they definitely learned their lesson. Black Marsh is poisonous, the rest of the races will suffer. Struggle? Yeah, to some degree, I think. I saw this, there was this, I think it was a Reddit post, where somebody posted basically a high concept of, if the next Elder Scrolls game was set in Black Marsh, how they could do like an intro, where basically, I believe they described it as Apocalypse Now intro, where you got like basically Imperial airships that are flying over Black Marsh to invade. And the Argonians are fighting back, and there's spells going off, and there's like airships dropping out of the sky and everything. And you're a prisoner, as usual. Getting conscripted into the army, like last second. So you start in a cell, and then they basically give you a weapon. You're like, alright, you're down in the army. Good luck. And then as you're about to like climb down a rope ladder down to descend into the marsh or something, the airship gets blown up by a spell or something, and basically it crashes. You're knocked unconscious. At that point, someone from like the Argonian resistance finds you when you wake up, and at that point you're given the choice: do you help the resistance and help the Argonians, or do you kill the resistance fighter and then help the Empire take over Argonia or Black Marsh? That was the gist of what they suggested. I'm like, that sounds really cool. I don't know, I don't think Bethesda will do that, but that sounds like a really cool intro to the game. Nice and fast, not a long tutorial thing. It's a bit more scripted, like Skyrim's, but not quite as interactive as Oblivion's. Oblivion's is really scripted, and it's really long. Hall of Scrolls. Oblivion's is long and scripted, but I like how it actually uses that as how to teach you about the game, and also how it kind of gives you a suggested class at the end of it. I thought that was really cool. Whereas Morrowind just, alright, you're off the boat, walk through a few hallways, talk with some people, and you're good to go. And the Skyrim is, well, you're on a carriage, you almost died, and you go through one cave, and then you're out and you're done. Oh, come here. Down here. Alright, right over this ridge here. It's not as long as Oblivion's, though. That's where I need to go. True, I do wish that there wasn't less of the that carriage ride right at the beginning. That part's a bit long. It's a bit long, and it doesn't show you much of Skyrim at all. Like, you would think that, oh, having that really cool scenic carriage ride intro would show you, like, vistas, and you can see what the landscape is. But no, you don't really get to do any of that. Then you wait for the dragon to show up, yeah. It'd be really interesting. So, what I think would be interesting is if, and how I think you could make it better, is if there was 3 options at the beginning. Go with go with Ralof, go with Hadvar, and then escape yourself. If they added that 3rd option, where in that chaos you could escape yourself, still be bound, because you don't have someone to cut your ropes. But if you had it where, like, you could escape but bound, and then you'd have to, like, find something or somehow get out of your bonds as a 3rd option. So there's no side taken in the Civil War from the beginning. That would be interesting. It would basically be the option for players who have already gone through the tutorial. Basically, you skip the entire tutorial, but you start with no real gear, and your hands are still bound. I don't know how well that would work from a gameplay standpoint, but I think it'd be definitely interesting. It'd also be really, really hard to do that. No, not really, really hard. It's... You could maybe do that as an alternate start mod. You guys aren't vampires, are you?
What
No.
do you want?
Communal hut, and... Yeah, I'm here looking for someone. Sorry, I mean, I wasn't going to kill you, but you attacked me, so... Basically, if they would have done that, the need for an alternate start mod would be greatly reduced. I mean, people would still make the alternate start mod so you can basically choose your background and start in different locations. But being just able to say, oh hey, I'm going to start, but I'm going to skip the tutorial would be, you know, it's quite strong.
You in.
There's an arena in here.
You in.
You guys forcing slaves to fight? Here.
Now you will die! You will suffer greatly!
Alright. I'm gonna take your bow, because I don't have one at the moment, and I want one. Silver dagger, the swift blade, key, give me the key.
You in.
Oh look, there's Scamps and a Dremora down there in the pit with the slaves. That doesn't seem fair. You give slaves that are unarmed and make them fight Scamps and Daedra? That just doesn't seem right.
You in.
Oh, you're actually smart.
Die, Fidel. You will die.
Yeah, I choose Left 4 Dead often as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this character yet for going into Skyrim, because first things first, I have to figure out how I gotta basically figure out how to get a character that's alive currently. There we go, Ice Blade of the Monarch. I gotta figure out how to get the character that's not an elf and that long lived to survive 200 years. Whether that's we are stuck in a plane of oblivion for a while, or whether it's 52, 8 to 52. What does this do? 8. Fortunately, I have to drop that. Who knows? In Oblivion, we could, through happenstance, become a vampire, and then we'd be long enough living to make it into Skyrim. Or we're trapped in a realm of Oblivion. We could have been thrown forward in time with an Elder Scrolls similar to Alduin. I don't know how our character is going to make it there, but we will go from Oblivion to Skyrim somehow. I didn't want to do that. Great. Didn't want to kill the slave. Bunch more slaves. Were you were the one. Please, Laren Tyranno is a sorcerer and worshipper of Molag Bal. He's a terrible sorcerer, but he also carries a deadly sword. He stripped me and made me his prisoner. That's all I can remember. Can't even recall how I got here. Or why I think he is... Or why. He has poisoned my mind with spells. If you can recover my ring from him, I can use this enchantment to escape. Please, rescue these slaves too, if you can. Has their slave key, bring me my ring, please. Alright. I have the ring, but right now we're going to let these slaves go. Unfortunately, there's dead ones. Yes, that's my ring. It grants me divine intervention. I can escape now. Get to me now. I don't care about anything else. Just let me out of here. And then she takes the ring and... Poof. On. I was actually expecting that behind that door. Wow, there's a lot of slaves in here. So we released all the slaves minus the one we killed on accident. That was splash damage from the Daedra. We found a new sword. The Ice Blade of the Monarch. Cool sword. Not quite as good as Chrysamere. But, I'll take it for now. Nothing in here. So I think this is where we're going to end it tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow night with more Morrowind, but for now, good night and have a wonderful day. Evening, whatever it is. Wonder rough.